what is our plan to capture and follow up with leads we generate? Do you feel like people, this is a least asked question. I'm thinking this would be a huge aspect of what I would do, but do you find that people are just not thinking in those terms? It's probably that mindset of we've always gone.
I think when you're talking about how do you capture and collect the key information, um, I don't ever turn away somebody's business card because that's rude. But if your plan is collecting business cards and just using the standard badge scanner, keep in mind both of those items give you the same basic 7 fields of information that everybody at the show gets. So you're getting name, company name, address, phone, fax, email, website, right? So
Yeah.
a few of the scanning badge collection devices may allow you to personalize, 4 or 5 or 6 questions. That's better, but there's all kinds of stuff now that makes it. It's just, I guess my point is, it's a huge missed opportunity, Khalil. If you're not getting 6 or 8 pieces of information, very specific, that your company wants to follow up in a very deliberate and intentional way. So we've had some guys on the show before, the guys from Backtrack, right? That have created
Hmm.
an AI based lead capture software, and it turns your phone, right, your simple phone, into a capture device with their app. And what's great about it, just like a lot of the AI, if you're on Zoom, right, we all have these note takers. It has this amazing way, if you and I talk for 13 minutes, of really getting rid of the chit chat and just giving me bullet point specifics, including any promises or commitments that we make to each other. That I say I'm going to send you something, or you're going to get me the name of someone else at the company I should be talking to. So there are some great tools out there that allow you to capture with not a lot of work, really no extra work, other than practicing using those. And it's an affordable thing to add to your budget per show. You get one good lead that closes out of that. It could literally pay for the whole show, let alone that kind of. But I'm a strong believer of you got to arm your staff not just with great training about your strategy, but they've got to have the right tools to. If I say if qualified leads is your number one goal, and about 85% of us that exhibit at trade shows say the reason we're there is to get qualified leads that we're going to follow up on after the show. Then you got to have the right tools to do that. So that's my version is um, take a look. There's tons of great products out there that will help you beyond the business card and a standard badge scanner that a show is offering.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think that's got to be something that you're thinking about at the forefront, but
Yeah.
obviously not a lot of people do. Number 7, who is ultimately accountable for our company's overall trade show performance?
Mhm.
Do people pass the buck here?
Isn't that funny? You know what? What's that expression? The only thing more contagious than enthusiasm is a lack of it. Well, the only thing that gets fingers
Hmm.
pointing faster, Khalil, is poor performance at something like a trade show.
Yeah.
It starts with departmental blaming. Marketing will blame sales. Sales will say marketing didn't do enough to get people to the booth. There was a missed deadline on a new product launch or a website launch or a software update, and we want to blame product development. At the end of the day, sales is a company wide responsibility. I will say this,
Yeah.
my experience is trade show programs don't have a shot of really being all they can be if senior management, that's VPs and above, aren't 100% supporting what the trade show plan and vision is. Um, it's like putting the knife on the table in a conversation when they know if you ask the senior VP of operations or sales to come in before everybody takes off for the show when you're doing your your pre-show meeting just before leaving. And he says, guys, we have $375,000 into this show. You are the ambassadors we're sending. That's what we spent on the booth, the space, the giveaways, and all the handouts that are going out after the show. So you're either going to come back with 53 leads or 253 leads. And guess what? I'm going to be supremely disappointed if you come back with 53 leads. Right? They need to hear someone senior, ownership, senior staff, back up the trip. Because when it's just a coordinator or a manager, sometimes people get, stars in their eyes when they hear that we're going to a show in New York City, or we're going to Las Vegas, or we're going to be at the, we're going to be at the big Seafair show, Sea Trade show in Miami. Whoa, man, what's in that town? You are on duty for 3 days. There'll be a victory dance at the end of the show. We'll all go out and we'll have a nice dinner. But somebody's got to, I think somebody of authority has to make sure that they understand we're serious about this. So, yes, I think senior management vocally supporting what's happening, and maybe even restating it so maybe people don't know you spent 375,000 or whatever the number is. So absolutely, I think that's a critical part of that's missing right now. I don't think there's a big enough connect between the C-suite messaging the importance of the show to staff. So.
No, very good. Okay, question 8. Maybe we need to do more than a booth, or not a booth and something else in an event. How should we be considering sponsorship?
Yes.
And sponsorship opportunities at events? What should we be investing in?
Yep.
And then really just why?
Look, you all know, I think if you're a regular exhibitor, you know that somebody's got their name on the badge lanyard, right? You see the giant banner to the entry of the hall, or even on the outside of the Las Vegas Convention Center. There is serious money being spent on those obvious things. But you know what? The breakout sessions and a keynote speaker are more affordable way. You can sponsor something topic specific, right? That might be very specific to what your offering is. So if there's 79 different seminar breakouts or classes happening, which are the ones that are relevant to you? Bonus points if you can offer up and get one of your own employees or executives on the circuit where they can be that's a great thing to talk about. How about doing an offsite happy hour, either in the restaurants, or the restaurants at the venue hotel? Maybe it's across the street. It's, hey, 2 blocks away, there's an axe throwing place. And from 4 to 6, we're going to come bring a picture of the vendor that you hate the most, and let's throw axes at their picture, or, whatever it is. I think I've co-op sponsorships with other companies, right? So there could be a Topgolf thing. That's a great thing about the major shows in a venue city. There's always interesting stuff going on. Make no mistake, though, people's dance cards fill up very quickly with that kind of stuff. I think the ones I would look at the most, or within walking distance, probably in the complex somewhere. Number 2, I would not have them competing with show hours. So if the show opens at 10 or 10:30, I might look for something early, coffee and conversation type of a thing. And you do a little buyout of the bistro restaurant in the lobby of the hotel. Or maybe it's a happy hour at the sports pub, right at between 4 and 5 before they go out to their dinner plans or big receptions. But so breakout sessions, seminars, keynote speakers. Hey man, if we've been involved with a big brand computer company that buys out a restaurant, a block or two from CES show, not a block or two, it's just down the hall. And maybe if you're a VAR for that big tech company, maybe you could sponsor a drink cart, right? Or the appetizers, or the hot dog station, who knows? But Um, you're spending 60, 70, 80, $100,000 to have your show and your booth there. Just to look for another 2,500 or 3,500 or $5,000 sponsorship of some kind to just extend that presence, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of good opportunities there.